Hello, welcome to Broke Gamer Tactics. I am Binderhoffen, and I'm going to do another emulator review today. It's one of my absolute favorites. I found this quite some time ago by accident when I was just searching up emulators on the Play Store. This one popped up. It's called PPSSPP, and it's a PSP emulator. And one of the greatest things about this, it's available on just about every platform. It's available on PC, Mac OS X, Linux. It is available on the mobile iOS like iPhones and stuff, but you have to have it jailbroken and have Cydia installed. So that is the one problem with that. And it's also available on BlackBerry as well as a couple other platforms that I'm not too familiar with. Anyway. So let's dive in here. I've already have it downloaded. It's only it's 23.32 megabytes, so it doesn't take up that much room, considering that the ISOs actually take up quite a bit of room. Now, one of the things about PPSSPP in one of the, access to storage, allow, okay, there we go. So, one of the things about it is you really want to hook your phone up to a computer, download the ISOs from, of course, Paradise, my favorite ROM website, and extract the files on there because it takes quite a bit of time. And doing it on a PC takes a lot less, and it's a lot simpler, especially if you use an app like 7-Zip, which is my favorite. And cool thing about PPSSPP is that they have homebrews that you can download. There are a bunch more that you can download and load on here, but these are just the ones that it comes with. And then on games, you have to actually find the file that you keep yours, and I actually made one called PSP ISO. And I have 3 different types of games here that I'm going to be showing you how they emulate. Alright, so let's start out with one of my favorites, Ratchet & Clank, Size Matters. Now the one thing about it is that you do have your controls on screen. That does make it kind of a pain, especially with certain games. But it doesn't tend to be too much of a problem. But I highly recommend getting a controller and a USB to micro USB conversion, because then it does actually work pretty well. All right, and then you, yeah. All right, so I don't know if you guys are going to actually be able to hear this, because my phone does not allow me to record game. Whoa, that's loud. There we go. Game audio as well as recorded audio. Wow, what a dick. Okay, as you see, it's actually playing pretty smoothly. I know it's just a cutscene, but it seems to be doing pretty well.
I swear, Clank, I'm done with all that hero.
Alright, press start. Skip past this. And as you can see, it does pretty well for mobile. There is some frame skipping, but very little. It's mainly because I have the audio turned on. If you turn the audio off, it generally will play quite a bit faster. Come on. And Gadgetron. Oh, it looks like it's just the concussion gun is available now. Whatever. And, But, oh, jeez. And if you leave just about nothing running, it does work a little better. Because I'm running a screen recorder at the same time also, it is using up a considerable amount of my my phone's CPU. Okay, so as you can see that one. And up. And yeah. This is where it becomes kind of a problem, because you do the high jump, but come on. Yeah, see that? Then it becomes a problem. But other than that, this is actually working pretty well. So let's go. See, you can save in the game, or you can use save states. Just click in save state there. Exit to menu, games, and this is another one that I actually used to have. Yeah, for my Nintendo 64. But I don't think this is the same thing. But it is the same franchise. Okay, new profile. Let's see how well this one runs. Yes. New data. Nope. There we go. That's why. And let's just do a quick race real quick. Let's do free roam, see how well it'll work. Hollywood, Santa Monica, South Central, South Bay, downtown. Hollywood. Okay. There we go. And pick a car. Looks like I can only have the Nissan. That kind of sucks, but whatever. Let's see how this does. Get the drift if you're having trouble taking corners. Ooh, maybe this game's a little too large for my phone. And also, depending on what phone you have. Oh! Yeah, depending on what phone you have. Depends on what games you'll be able to run. But generally. Oh. And I'm not getting any road rendering. Okay, it's not too bad. I need to probably change a couple of my settings to... There we go, that works a little better. Change a couple of my settings so it will render the roads and frame skip a little better because it seems to be having a few issues. But it's also because I'm running a screen recording app. Okay, so maybe that wasn't the best example. Oh well. And let's try one more. I don't remember which game this is. But also, the smaller the game, the easier time the emulator has running the game. Oh yeah, Brothers in Arms, that's right. No, there we go. Let's name it 1, 2, or 1BM, I guess. 1. Yeah, with a controller, it definitely helps. Like what I did for this, I bought a Super Nintendo knockoff controller off of Wish, and then I bought a USB to micro USB on the go cable from Amazon. And that actually worked pretty well. One thing I'm noticing is that it is having a few issues with loading screens. They're a little dark. But hey, free video games. I can't complain. It seems to cut scenes seem to do pretty well. Well, it's too bad. Oh, it's gonna make me sit through this, I guess. 13. That's not a good number. Oh, that's pretty funny. So the one thing about first-person shooters on this, if you're going to be using the touchscreen controls, is you have to use the 4 buttons on the side, which are the X, square, circle, and triangle buttons, as your second stick. That is a problem. It makes it really difficult. I used to play Medal of Honor quite a bit on my PSP, and it's kind of almost a jerky motion, just a little bit, because you have to sit there and tap the button a few times, and if you hold it, you zoom pretty fast in one direction or the other. So you get really good at using buttons as a joystick for what is supposed to be, first-person shooter. And another problem with using the touchscreen controllers here is you have to fire using the R button thing up at the top there. That doesn't work very well, sadly. But, oh well. It is what it is. And I'm sure everyone out there that is watching this, I mean, you guys are probably, you guys are smart enough to figure out the easiest way to do this. It's really not that big of a deal. Ooh, a little bit of frame skip. A little bit. Not too bad, though. The only thing I wish is that I had a less shiny screen protector, because the sun is driving me nuts with all this glare. Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys can't see that. Never mind. Come on. Load. Oh, I've also found that games like Daxter and I think it's Secret Agent Clank. Yeah, Secret Agent Clank. Those games worked absolutely beautifully on this game. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this isn't quite like that. Then find an ally to get a gun. Well, if I could see, that would be helpful. Turn my brightness up. Yeah, so this game does not run well at all. I only wish that I could show you guys how well it runs when I don't have a screen recorder running, because that's using a good amount of my CPU. Anyway, the best way to do this is actually to just get it on your computer. It's free, Best PSP emulation app I've ever seen. There's not too many. Oops, I didn't want to do that. But it's also really, really, if you go to, all the controls and stuff like that. Oh, it's because I have frame skipping off. Auto frame skip. Frame from exceeding. Yeah, it never actually gets up to 60 FPS, guys. Just saying. Rendering resolution, mini mapping, hardware transform, blah, 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 blah. Stable lower effects, upscale level. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that you can actually mess with in order to get the... Anyway, yeah, you can kind of cater it to your phone, which works a little better. See, if you hit the enable sound button, well, if you disable the sound, it generally will make it speed up just a little bit. And you can change the control mapping. So if you have your controller plugged in, you just go through here, tap each one, and then you click on whichever button you want. And also, if you have extra buttons on here, let's say you're using an Xbox 360 controller, which works on some phones but not on others, you can map all those other buttons for special little buttons like auto fire. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh well. You can turn off the on-screen touch controls. You can edit the layout. You can change the opacity, which makes them more visible or less visible. Button style, analog limiter, networking. You can also, you can play online. The problem is you can get into some trouble for that, especially since it is an emulator. Now, if you have the game, I recommend just playing it on your PSP, which you're supposed to have you're supposed to have the game anyway to have the ROM, or the ISO, but not all of us are the most law-following people, I guess, and not all of us have the money to do so. So that's what I'm here to show you guys is the best way to do this without getting into trouble. Anyway, so you can play online. Just be careful. They've got developer tools, save data manager. It actually, I forgot I had Monster Hunter still on here. This is all your save data that's actually saved to the PSP memory card, and then you have the save states here. Okay, back. System, you can change the language. Fast memory, it's unstable. I know it could screw things up, but I just don't care, really. You can put it on portrait. It does not look very good. It looks much better if you have your phone on landscape. And you can clear the recent games list. And there's cheats. You can change the PSP model. I leave it at the 1000 because it's the one I had. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. Date format. So basically everything that you would need. And I'm actually going to see if I can show you guys a homebrew real quick. Wow. Okay, so report. And always report these. I don't generally write feedback. There we go. Attack of the Mutants. This game is actually pretty neat. It's not really that hard, but you must destroy all the evil space pizzas. There's actually quite a few more. Oh, this is basically just a twin stick shooter, which is kind of nice, but you have to use your buttons, as I said before, as the second stick. Anyway, this is one of the more simple ones that they do kind of give you to start out with. There are a bunch more that you can download. Not all of them are stable. Some of them will break, but they won't break your phone or do anything of that sort. Anyway, this is just a real nice emulator that works pretty well. Not all games run, so be careful. There is a forum on the PPSSPP's forum that'll tell you the ones that run the best. Let's get out of here. Save state. Oops. And there we go. Anyway, this has been Broke Gamer Tactics. I'm Bender Hoffen. Thank you for joining me, and if you guys want to help me out and keep these videos coming on in, please hit the subscribe button down below and give a like here or there. And heck, share it with your friends. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. You guys have a good day.